Hello, we're back. I'm Elmer Soriano and we're with Engineer James Esguerra. And now we'll talk about possible research questions to address the Baguio water crisis for engineering students. So mga chemical engineer, mechanical engineer, civil engineer, sanitation engineer. Okay. So James, what do you think? Ano pwedeng i-term paper ng mga engineering students?
Sa engineering, pwedeng budget. Household water budget, di ba? Maganda yung exercise yun. Titingnan mo yung supply, demand, titingnan mo yung uses, titingnan mo how much does each household use and how much waste do they generate. And then, if you can do a whole survey for, let's say, a strip of households, a subdivision.
Kung boarding house, kasi madami sa mga estudyante sa boarding house.
Pwede ka magbilang ng mga estudyante, tingnan mo yung practices, no? So, yun yung magiging basis mo ng quantification. So, pwede mo ngayon i-estimate per boarding house, no? Later, you can actually use that, mag-up the scale ka. The city can do a survey, how many boarding houses, how many students. Then, it becomes part of the registration system. For example, it can be part of water permits, drawing water and discharging permits. So, interesting yung mga ganun.
Mm-hmm. And then, you were talking about for chemical engineers and washing. And
ang curious halimbawa is how much soap do you use and how much water do you use. So, pwede mong tingnan, meron daw mga practices. Halimbawa,
kasi may mga sabon na parang after soaping it, you keep rinsing pero parang hindi matanggal-tanggal.
Either parang napakadulas niya or yung after rinsing niya, madulas pa rin siya.
Hindi naging squeaky kagad. So, ano yung pwede doon?
Baka magandang tingnan doon, what are the available detergents, dishwashing liquids? Tapos tingnan yung how does it feel on the hand before, yung habang sinasabon mo siya.
So may dulas test.
Oo. Quali yan. Pwede mo rin siyang tingnan in terms of quantity. Pag itong type A, B, C, D, kumusta yung quantities of water na ginagamit nila. So yun, para siyang mga pilot scale na study. Tapos pwede kang umakyat, tingnan mo gaano karaming tao ang bumibili ng ganitong sabon at gumagamit ng ganito. Tapos titingnan mo yung at the city level, which particular product have dominance, no?
So for hotels and restaurants, parang a slight improvement in the water efficiency sa dishwashing will translate to a few thousand
can be
cubic meters siguro over time.
But even when you do that, halimbawa, I'm reminded by the case of Belgium, no? Meron silang sabon na parang sa dishwasher nila, pag-apply mo ng sabon, wala nang rinsing.
Oo nga, drip na lang.
So that's one. The other thing na related halimbawa sa hotels might be towels, no? Yung practices, titingnan mo how much soap, etc. water do they use. Pwede mo tingnan yung policies nila about towel use, no? May mga lugar na kung yung towel gagamitin mo pa, isampay mo pag hindi ibaba mo, no? So it lessens the burden of yung laundering, water, detergent, no? The other thing that's important, for example, is the use of phosphorus, no? Preferred ng mga dating technologies yung phosphorus kasi mabula siya, nagmumove siya ng dirt, so mga ganun. Meron din mga technologies labas recently na you can wash clothes without soap. And it's all water, it's more a physical process. Interesting, di ba? Of course, the other thing is Baguio being Baguio. It's damp, it's cold, so may fungus problem ka potentially. So baka maging R&D, magandang research din yun, no? Can
moldy, moldy.
Can you find a solution that uses less water, addresses the potential mold problem? So, okay yun, no?
Okay, so those were at the household and maybe facility level.
So may innovation level ka. Sa city level halimbawa...
barangay muna, barangay level. Ano yung pwedeng paglaruan if the barangay is the unit of analysis?
Yung barangay halimbawa, pwede mong tingnan halimbawa yung distribution system design. Ano yung layout ng mga bahay. So later, kapag nag-assess ka, na ituldok na ilatag mo yung mga kabahayan, yung piping system ang matidesign mo, no? Horizontal, vertical, so yung mga traverses, tapos yung mga joints. Halimbawa, you need to pay attention to standards about iwasan mo yung nasasagasaan yung pipes, o kaya yung tinatawid mo siya sa sewer lines, no? Kasi you also have to think about yung WSP. That's a standard that was developed by DOH, supposedly 2016. So pwede rin nilang tingnan yon. pwede nilang tingnan how many are observing the WSP. Kasi kung hindi mo nasusundan yan, yung water mo na contaminate, you actually increase the amount of energy that might be required to clean it up, no? So,
Papakuluan pa.
papakuluan mo pa. Whereas if you do it right the first time, maayos, malinis kagad yung tubig. So, yung mga public health concerns, pwede mo rin tingnan yun. No? So,
And then at the city level, what's di ba, mga aquifer and water
yeah.
table? So if the total production is 40,000 cubic meters per day, can that production be increased, or is that already limited by how much water there is in the water table? Can the water table be increased?
Recover, gano'n. Oo nga, actually, napansin ko nga, Baguio being Baguio, you attract a lot of tourists, and then there's population growth, there's a lot of land use change, you cut a lot of trees, you cover a lot of ground, there's a lot of runoff, so potentially problematic yun. So ideally, yung mga high spots, high locations, you reserve those areas for percolation, no? Kasi that will contribute a lot to your water table. Oo. So, ngayon yung question mo ng will this contribute? Actually, the other thing kasi na pwede mong isipin doon is having those percolation spaces also contributes to water quality improvement ng groundwater. Kasi rather than tumakbo siya down the line, ano bang river to? Agno ba yan or what? Natatakbo doon na polluted. Pag napababa mo kaagad dito pa lang, then it contributes to reducing pollution downstream. And then here, it contributes to your improvement in the water table. But the other thing is, halimbawa, there's another problem, land use, no? So, may comprehensive land use plan ng city. So, bantayan yan. Tsaka yung mga, sasabihin mo, nagputol yung isang mall ng ganito karami. But it also covers a lot of the ground, di ba? So, baka pwedeng i-rethink yung designs ng malls. Pwede bang ang first floor ay bakante, so that it allows percolation, you keep the greens on the ground floor, and all businesses na gano'n na that requires parking spaces, occupancy of floor areas, bakante lahat yon para one, to improve ventilation ng hangin paakyat, but two, also yung yung groundwater table mo, yung percolation spaces mo na protect mo. You know, there are a lot of questions that you can already explore with those things. You know?
Okay, thank you.
See.